How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to yet another Higurashi When They Cry. We're on the final chapter, Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. And we are in the middle of collecting some fragments and putting them together. So, let's continue from where we last left off, which, by the way, if you want to get caught up, the link to the playlist, as always, is in the description down below, so go ahead and check it out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and load this save. Let's see here. Why are we on page 2? Oh, that's right. This is the last one that we finished off on, requesting assistance from a queen. Quite a good little tidbit there, but now we must go to... let me check these out here. It was page 2 at a query in Yagochi. Help from the Queen Carrier is required, which we have just done. So let's go ahead and do it. When researching Hinamizawa syndrome, there is something very important that needs to be discussed first. If something happens to the Queen Carrier, the village will collapse. In his article, my grandfather called it the most dangerous situation. According to my grandfather, if the Queen Carrier dies, all the infected persons will go terminal within 48 hours. This may sound unbelievable at first, but research on the collapse of past, local, religions and group suicides around the world should indicate that there's some truth to it. Among all the mysterious incidents around the world, there are some that were caused by parasites controlling entire communities, very similar to Hinamizawa syndrome. Grandfather picked a few cases that are very similar to the syndrome and investigated them. As a result, he confirmed multiple cases of entire communities losing their minds after the death of a religious leader or founder, and finally annihilating themselves. He stated that, on average, it happened within 48 hours. It's clear that infected people are affected by the Queen Carrier, and the condition of the Queen Carrier is, in fact, affecting the entire village. Our statistics already proved that on weeks Rika felt sick and visited the clinic, we saw an exceptionally high number of visitors. Rika being sick with a simple cold had a massive impact. If something particularly bad happened to her, we'd be facing a serious situation within 48 hours. That's why the IRIE Institute has to protect Rika Furude, the Queen Carrier. It's the most important mission of the Hinamizawa Syndrome Research Project. She's already agreed to help us in our research, but we have to be very careful not to put her in any danger. Also, we have to protect her from anyone who would try to harm her. Her life is equal to the lives of 2,000 villagers. But what if something happens to her by accident? The IRIE Institute must prepare for that situation. That's why I worked on the draft of an emergency manual when the IRIE Institute was first established. It's a precaution of sorts in case the Queen Carrier dies, or if infected people show acute symptoms due to the death of the Queen Carrier. This is an emergency procedure which must be followed within 48 hours of the mass occurrence of the acute symptoms. The final measure is to prevent the damage from spreading to nearby areas. The plan uses gas, making it look like a natural disaster. My client, the Alphabet Project, took the responsibility of working out the details of the plan. They are used to dealing with things like nuclear and biological weapons, so they ended up being such a big help. There's no way I could have come up with a plan on my own to execute 2,000 villagers. Through a dummy company, the ground SDF has secured a closed quarry in the Yaguchi region, upstream of Hinamizawa. It's to be the secret storage base of the equipment we'd use in that operation. Equipment that sprays deadly gas that kills people as if they were falling asleep and stored here. So that explains that. Okay. In the case of an emergency, a special unit of the ground SDF is to use this equipment to destroy the village. However, preparing for the execution of the villagers itself is politically dangerous. So, if I'm going to insist on them getting the equipment ready, I have to make them understand how dangerous Hinamizawa syndrome is, and also how urgent the need is to have a contingency plan. I have to prove the need for the plan by showing them enough data. So the files my grandfather kept intact come in quite handy. When the clients read my grandfather's articles about the syndrome, they were surprised to see how catastrophic things could be in the worst-case scenario.
つまり、女王である一人の少女に何かがあれば、村人2000人以上が全員錯乱するということなのですね。
はい。Hinamizawa症候群に極めて類似するいくつかのケースでは、集団自殺を示すものが少なくありませんが、Hinamizawa症候群の場合、強い疑心暗鬼や過剰なまでの危機意識から何かの過剰防衛を行う可能性があり、被害は感染者2000人にとどまらないものと推定されます。それらは無政府状態の暴動から始まり、猟奇的なあるいは宗教的終末感にも似た異常な状況を作り出すでしょう。これに対する事前の鎮圧策を用意しなかった場合、世界の注目を浴びることは避けられません。また、その猶予は事態発生から48時間しかありません。
つまり、いざことが起こったらもう誰にも防げないということですな。
感染者全員を48時間以内に全員治療することは不可能なのかね？
無理だろう。それに治療方法すら確立していないし、研究所の規模では村人全員の救済は物理的に不可能だ。
しかし、このような恐ろしく珍しい病気があるとは。世の中わからんもんですな。
常に最悪の事態に備えることは国防にも通じますし、我々アルファベットプロジェクトの理念でもあります。そして使うことが目的なのではなく、備えることそのものが肝要なのです。
確かにおっしゃる通りですな。運用規定については決済区分の強化などまだ検討したいところはありますが、最悪の事態に対応する準備が必要だということは理解できました。
都市沈黙船の研究班にHinamizawa地区沈黙船のシミュレーションをさせましょう。これは至急行われる必要があると思います。
こうしている間にも、女王感染者の少女が車にはねられて死んでしまう可能性だってあるのですから。高野さんさ、ありがとう。また質問しますので、着席してくださって結構です。
Thanks to a push from one of my backers, things were decided without too much of a problem. It took me almost all day to explain it to them, but it only took a short time to come to a decision. Nobody criticized, ridiculed, or tried to reject my grandfather's articles out of hand. In the files they are all reading today are the very same shameful articles those hardy authorities left their footprints on as they trampled them and my grandfather's heart. But they aren't ridiculing the articles. They are reading what was once rejected. It's nothing big at a glance, but in this moment my grandfather's research is being recognized for the first time. My heart is filled with satisfaction to see people discussing amongst each other, while pointing to my grandfather's files and raising them as proof. I've worked so hard for this day. Grandpa in heaven, can you see this? Alright, that's that one. Sorry for my reading. I'm just noticing this now, but I think I'm coming down with a cold or sore throat or something. My voice is a little bit more raspy than usual. So again, sorry. I might go ahead and take a break. I know we just got through one of them today, but I'm gonna have to take a break. Maybe get a cough drop or something. So yeah, I'll do that. And hopefully when I come back, I'll be a little bit more better. Alrighty, I am back. So let's go ahead and continue on with the collecting and connecting of fragments. So next we need to go to page 3. Not that one. Gyro Tamatake. There we go. Let's go ahead and begin. The forecast said there was a chance of rain in the evening, but I didn't think it would rain so hard. We decided to wait at an abandoned bus stop for the rain clouds to clear.
ごめんよ、高野さん。
あら、いいのよ、気にしないで、次郎さん。私も土砂降りになるかもしれないことを覚悟の上で出かけたんだから。
Then why didn't you bring an umbrella? Takano-san giggled. Although she said the weather might change suddenly, I dragged her out here. I feel stupid for making her come along and ended up ruining her precious day off. I have to go back to Tokyo tonight, so it'll be a while before I can return to Hinamizawa. I didn't want to spend my last day at a cheap hotel in Okonomiya, so I asked her to go for a stroll.
いや、本当に申し訳ない。
All she's doing is giggling. Jesus Christ. She teased me for a while, but only a little. Okay. She wasn't actually enjoying driving me into a corner. That's just her way of communicating, and I find it very charming. Oh, Prince Charming over here. Alright. I think I've become captivated by her. But on her part, I'm just an auditor from Tokyo. That's why she's being nice to me, and it's definitely not because she likes me personally. So I feel like I might have used my position to drag her out here, and that makes me a little depressed. I probably should think this slight fever I have is due to nothing more than a cold. But she was the type of person who made it clear when she disliked something. She wouldn't say it so directly, but she would use all kinds of indirect expressions that meant the same thing. So I want to believe she's out here because she might be even a little bit attracted to me. I shook my head as I frowned upon my selfish thoughts. She chuckled, again, of course, as though she knew what I was thinking. Stop reading my mind! I thought to myself starting to go red after that.
次郎さんも不思議な人ね。東京ではさぞや女性にモテるでしょうに。なぜわざわざ私みたいなおかしな女に付き合ってくださるのかしら。
おかしななんてことはないよ。 高野さんは十分魅力的だよ。むしろ僕みたいな男のために貴重な休日を割いてもらったのが申し訳ないくらいだよ。
確かに私はとても大切な研究のために生涯を捧げたつもりだけど、それだけじゃ人生は潤いがないもの。たまには頭を切り替えて遊ぶことも大事だし、それに異性とのコミュニケーションは脳の活性にもとてもいいんだから。
僕ごときで高野さんの頭の気分転換のお役に立ててるならいいんだけどね。
あなたは私と一緒にいても気分転換にはならない？
She gives me an impish smile that makes my heart skip a beat. I tried hiding my embarrassment so she wouldn't notice even my ears going red.
そんなことないよ。僕も高野さんと一緒に過ごせるとこういろいろと気分転換になるよ。それにほら、高野さんに野鳥撮影のことを布教すれば僕も撮影の同志を得られるわけだしね。もしよかったら次に来るときは僕の古いカメラを持ってくるよ。買うと高いからね。
ありがとう。あなたを虜にする野鳥撮影がどれくらい楽しいのかぜひ教えていただけると嬉しいわ。ぜひ次の機会には野鳥撮影の散策にご一緒したいわね。じゃあ私自分では買わなくていいのかしら？
うん。僕のフルで少し挑戦してみて馴染めそうだったら新しいカメラを買う方がいいんじゃないかな。東京に戻ったら送るよ。
ありがとう。次に来てくださるときはぜひ私の写真の批評をお願いするわね。
うん。どんな写真か楽しみだな。
きっと二郎さんみたいにはいかないわ。本当に初めてですもの。
While she keeps her cool and smiles, all I can do is blush and scratch my head. Am I being conceited? I can't help but think that Takano-san likes being with me. If it's mere flattery, I don't think she'd come along this far. Oh, no, no, no. Taking women's flattery seriously is a mistake I always make. I shouldn't assume that she's attracted to me.
そういえばこうして二郎さんと二人きりでゆっくりおしゃべりをするのは初めてね。
そうだね。いつも所長とか他の研究員の人とかがいたりするからね。
私あなたのことを全然知らないの。あなたが東京でどんな仕事をしているかとか、今までどんなことをしてきたのかとか、自衛隊ではどんな活躍をされているのかしら。
昔ちょっとだけ教官の真似事をしてたけどね。怪我をした時に目をやっちゃってね。普段の生活には支障はないんだけど大ごとに受け取られちゃって、それ以来は事務屋の仕事ばかりやらされてるんだよ。
Takano-san giggles, saying I must have done something silly to cause the injury.
それでね、体内の広報誌を作る仕事を手伝った時にイベントの写真撮影で初めてカメラの魅力を知ったんだよ。カメラには人を幸せにする力があるのさ。何を言ってるんだろうって思ってるだろうけど、いやこれは本当なのさ。僕はカメラに触れるようになってから日々に幸せを感じるようになったと思ってるよ。
カメラでどうして幸せになれるのかしら。
うん。カメラというのは日々の生活を切り取って写真にして残すものなんだ。残すくらいなんだから幸せなものを写したいというのは当然だろう。
Well, happiness differs from person to person. It's kind of like a perspective of life, of that one person's life.
じゃあ幸せなものはどこにあるんだろうと ファインダー越しに自分の周りの世界を覗いてみると、そこには今まで当たり前だと思っていたものが実はとても幸せなものだったんだと気づくことでいっぱいなんだ。例えば路肩のアスファルトの隙間からけなげに生えている一輪のタンポポだって忙しく通り過ぎる時にはただの雑草に過ぎないけれど、ファインダー越しに覗いた時、それは春の訪れを教えてくれる季節からの素敵な贈り物であったことに気づけるんだよ。それを写真に収めアルバムに残す。そしてアルバムを再び開くたびにその時の幸せな気持ちがよみがえってくるんだ。
二郎さんは風景や野鳥の撮影をしながらそんな気持ちに浸っているの？
その写真が芸術的かどうかとか賞を取れるような劇的瞬間かどうかなんていう野心的なことは僕にとってあまり重要じゃないんだよ。僕たちが気づかない小さな幸せに気づかせてくれる。そこにこそカメラの魅力があるんだと思ってるんだ。だからそんな気持ちでこのひなみ沢をファインダーで覗けることはとても楽しくて幸せなことなんだよ。
I have a tendency to go overboard when I talk, but most of the time, Takano-san playfully twists my words right back at me. So it's very unusual for her to listen to me like this. Takano-san sat down next to me and tried to fiddle with my camera. I don't know how much of an impression I made, but I think she is indeed interested in cameras. I was expecting her to tease me like usual, so I'm happy to see that this is her reaction.
ちょっと試してみるかい？
私にもできるかしら？
簡単だよ。最初はピントの合わせ方とシャッターの押し方だけ覚えれば十分さ。持ってごらん。ああ、レンズには絶対に触れちゃダメだよ。
ブー、簡単じゃないじゃない。
Since she seemed to show an interest in cameras, I wanted to take a walk around Hinamizawa and take some pictures of the scenery. But unfortunately, the rain doesn't seem to want to stop. But she was still having fun and kept taking pictures inside the bus stop. So the first set of pictures she ever took were of odd things in that dark little building. Since then, every time we'd meet, we ended up walking around the village with our cameras in our hands. Though I'm not. I don't want what I'm gonna say sound awful, but it kind of is, and that was boring as fuck. All right. Alright, well, we got it over with. Next up is a local explanatory meeting. Page 4. Got it. Alright, where are you? Oh, Hanyū! Yes. Let's go.
ダムの建設事業に伴う地域振興や地域産業の育成などですね。そんなことは聞いてねえっつってんだろ。
Oh my god.
俺らの誰の断りがあってダムなんか作ろうって言い出したかって聞いてんだ。ああ、わしらから税金絞るだけ絞っといてそれに対する返事がこれっちゅうんか。あんどりゃ誰の税金で給料もらったんじゃ。ですから先ほどから申し上げておりますように、言い訳など聞いちゃならんねえ。いつ計画を中止するんか聞いとるんじゃい。お前じゃ話にならん。東京の建設大臣を連れてこい。ここではっきり白黒つけちゃう。引っ込まんかコッパ役人が。
Yuppie.
大体踊れら。人様の税金で仕事しとってなんでわしらより高い段で話をしとるんじゃ。目線で話さんかい、目線で。
Ooh. The auditorium is filled with angry shouting. The sign at the entrance says, Hinamizawa Dam Construction Explanatory Meeting. Every time the official on the stage tried to say something, the citizens packed into the room silenced him with their shouts. Trying to ignore them, the official continued to explain the pros of the dam. But that further just infuriated them. Between the stage and the citizens, there was an open area where a police squad is standing by. If they weren't there, the citizens The citizens would jump onto the stage and start a riot. Hanyū. I'm watching all this from the back of the auditorium. It's obvious to anyone that they're being swallowed by their anger. They've become filled with a bloody red rage. The anger that came from a certain purpose becomes a purpose in itself, and it creates a vicious cycle where anger leads to more anger. Anger is a necessary emotion for humans. People face many difficulties in their lives. Anger gives them the motivation to fight and conquer such difficulties. Therefore, anger is an essential part of life itself. So I will never reject anger itself. However, anger like this, that goes far beyond normal, makes people forget their purpose. That's right. That's what it's called. That specifically is called blind anger. You need to be calm. Sure, you can be angry. You can express yourself in an angry tone, like what they're doing. But you need to be calm while doing so, or you'll become, blind with rage and deep hatred and all that blah 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 blah. Anyway, why did I go on that rant? I don't know. Anyway, that is no longer an essential part of life. As the blood rushes to their head, a person can't even remember what they've done. They go out of control. Oh my god, it's getting redder. Oh my god. Such emotions are very painful, sad, and difficult to endure. I can clearly see the villagers who live alongside us turning into demons. I understand the rules of the human world. The power of an individual can't be compared to the power of the government. To be able to fight, an individual needs to become part of a larger unified power. But to steer that unified power in the right direction is extremely difficult. The cycle of anger leads to more anger. Not anger that helps you live, but anger that exists only for anger itself. It's just like being a demon. And this emotion is capable of violently rousing us from our long, peaceful slumber. Everyone is immersed in their own anger. We lived peacefully with the villagers while we slept quietly. Yet now we've awakened, and it's like the world is trying to return to that age when demons were said to rise from Onigafuchi Swamp. I keep shouting at everyone to get them to calm down, but my voice can't reach them because of the vicious cycle of anger. Even so, I'll continue shouting, hoping even one of them will hear my voice. Because if I don't do anything, the demons may awaken. The demons that went into a deep sleep may reawaken because of this commotion. Then, all of a sudden, the atmosphere changed. Looking up, I saw that the angry exchange between villagers and those on the podium had devolved into confrontation between the villagers themselves. What's going on? Oh my god! Oh my god, he sounds exactly like the uncle. It's like they couldn't get a different voice actor. Okay. I remember that one there. Ryu! You old hag!
よーもう一旦抜かしよってからにこのやから
Oh my god.
おう
Okay.
てめえお涼さんと知っててその口聞いとるんかいな上等きっちゃら
Ah, she's an old bat. Who cares?
名乗るかいよやっかましいわその崎がなんぼのもんじゃいわしゃ北条じゃ腰巾着は引っ込んどらんかえ
Damn.
おお北条の
Ho 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 ho.
なまぬかしよったようも村を沈めちゃる言えるのお前なんぼで村を撃ったたまらんか死に損ないが
Ooh.
いいんか南沢には貧乏にも大勢おるんお前んとこみたいに山に畑をうなるほど持ってる地主とわけが違うあわしゃあの国の保証金で十分満足しとったん町の公営住宅も手配してくれるっちゅうしなんも不足はなかったそれをオンドレラが全部ちゃぶ台ひっくり返しちゃったん台無しにしちゃったんじゃボケオドレラ地主の都合で人まで巻き込むなやそんなに国と喧嘩せんかったらオドレが一人でやれしたらん銭は誰が払うんねオドレかいなうちはな貧乏だし育ち盛りが二人もおるんおとなしゅう国から銭をもろうて職を斡旋してもろうて人生再設計中とこなんや
Okay, I see.
それを踊れはなんじゃいつからお前はわしの代表になったんじゃ お前そんなに偉いんかああおうおうおう北条のようも抜かしたこの裏切り者がなら村から出てけ出てけおう出て行ったらもちろんそれに見合う銭はお前が払うんじゃろうなわしが国からもらい損ねた銭きっちり都合つけてくれるんじゃろうな村から出とうとも銭がないんじゃ
Just, yeah, there you go. Aw, it didn't. Okay, anyway, yeah, you just pause and read if you didn't get that. Okay, anyway.
踊りが払うんならすぐにでも出たったろ北条の言う通りだ立ち退いてもいいと思ってる住民もいるんだぞ御三家は俺たちを巻き込むなおおなんじゃ今抜かしたのは誰じゃ名乗らんかボケ残りたいやつは勝手に残ればいいだろうが立ち退きも権利じゃ勝手に人様の権利に干渉すんなこのダラズがそうじゃそうじゃその先のクソババアはすっこんだね
ああ、もちろんダム計画に同意してくださる方には見合う保証を用意いたしております決して土地の搾取ではありませんので
黙れ役人ボケおんどりゃ村真っ二つに策を魂胆かい死ねや北条村の空気を吸う資格はねえ今すぐ息止めて死ねなめんなボケがぶっ殺したら前に出るクソババああおい引っ込まんかいデカポリよう抜かしたよう抜かした北条のこの園崎おりょ久々に頭血のぼってきよったわきっちりけじめ取らしてもらうかんの繁盛楽しみに待っとれや北条やれやれ国は俺たちに仕事と住みかと金を与えろ
こらこらやめなさい暴力はお互いやめてやめて
I'm sorry, but he sounded like a giant ass wussy. What the fuck was that? Hold on. No, no. Doesn't he? I'll play it again.
こらこらやめなさい暴力はお互い やめてやめて
He's a giant wuss. What the fuck?
すったらん上等じゃ。恩師が出て今回な。
I needed a laugh. Thank you for that, wussy official. Fuck. Everyone is being tainted with a bloody red anger. And I can only watch. The least I could do is to apologize for the tragedy that is about to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is how things started. From this day onward, the Hojo family and the Sonosaki family will wage a feud against each other, and the Hojo family will become orchestrized within the village. This marks the beginning of Satoko and Satoshi's lives of tremendous hardship. So that's what started it all. Damn. These little tidbits are useful and helpful, but some of them are not. That one was. That was actually pretty cool. We got to see exactly the moment and how, you know, the old hag decided to just not listen at all and put the whole village, you know, at risk just for something stupid. Anyway, yeah, alright. How far are we in right now? I think we can do one more. At least for right now in this part here. Alright, so what's next? A murder with a dismembered body. Oh, so we get the endings on that one, eh? Alright, that should be interesting. Page 2. Where are you? No. No. What's this one? Oh, that's after, right? No, that's not. Alright, anyway. A murder with a dismembered body. Repetitive apologies are required. Oh, that's actually... Fuck. So, aka what we just heard from, Hanyū saying, I'm sorry. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, let's do this. Early summer, 1979. AD. Damn!
腐ってる。やめよやめよ。監督返事してくださいよ。
Damn!
監督
What the fuck?
ほんとだ。死んでるに決まってんだろうが。
What the fuck did you do? I mean, you beat him to death with a bat. I mean, that's the sound effect that it was, or whatever else. Whatever blunt object. It was obviously a blunt object he was being struck with, right? Anyway, point taken. You beat him to death. No, he's not alright. Why the fuck would you care if he's... Okay, you know what? Okay. Clang. A loud noise snapped everyone out of it. Someone dropped the shovel. Oh, it was a shovel. Classic. Actually, no. Classics are bat and crowbar. Shovel is actually pretty new. Well, it's not classic anyway. Anyway, sorry. What? Someone dropped the shovel he was holding. The shovel was smeared with reddish black blood. No, not just the shovel. All 6 construction workers' clothes were blood-soaked, too. One of them cried out to the silent dead body of the manager, which was drenched in blood. Holy shit. So it was them. Oh my god. Holy fuck. All this time, I thought it was, you know, the dogs, the mountain dogs, or the, whatever members that are villagers of the Sonozaki, blah, 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 you know? But no, it was neither of those two groups. It was the workers. Fuck. That's, damn. Alright. I don't remember that ever being covered in the anime. If it was, I'm sorry, I just don't remember much. But holy shit. Anyway. Did I read this? No, I didn't. One of them cried out of the silent dead body of the manager, which was drenched in blood.
Kantoku.
Yeah, he did. I mean, what were you expecting with beating him with a fucking shovel? Were you expecting him to just get back up and say, "Oh, it was no biggie"? Hello? Fucking Christ, you're gonna beat him with a shovel? Of course he's gonna have a risk of, I don't know, death. Tell me to shut up, motherfucker. I'll fucking crawl through that screen and kill all of you right now, bitch. Bring it on! Self-defense. Oh, really? Okay, what happened prior? What? Tell me. Come on. How? Would you like to elaborate on this so-called self-defense? Did he have a gun pointed at all of you? The fight had started after the manager yelled at them for drinking beer inside the office. Oh yeah, that's clearly self-defense. Oh, you got it spot on. He yelled at you, you poor little things. You poor children. Oh, you got yelled at. Fuck. Oh, I guess that excuses murder. I'm just bringing up sarcasm. Please, no one just heed advice. Don't kill anyone just for them yelling at you. You'll go to jail. I guarantee it. There were no drinking and no smoking signs everywhere. The manager harshly scolded anyone who broke that rule. So it was the 6 workers' fault for disobeying. But they drank because they were stressed out by the anti-dam protesters. That's why they said things to provoke the manager. They told him to step out, and the others went along. The construction workers toiled hard and long hours. That's why they instigated the fight with the manager. Oh, they instigated the fight. It doesn't sound like self-defense to me. To release their stress. They had expected to just curse at each other, or to end up in a wrestling match. But things, escalated. Or to put it more accurately, the manager exploded all of a sudden. The manager had to deal with the residents' protests as well. So he was under just as much pressure, or maybe even more. But how he changed was not normal. The manager was calm at first, but he gradually became more aggressive, and it was like he transformed into someone completely different. No, it was more like he was possessed by something evil. Okay, so the mountain dogs drugged him with the syndrome. And then, over time, because of stress and emotional buildup, the drug took effect, and he went insane. And this is the change that they're expressing right now, where he became more aggressive. Okay. So, in originality, all the way from the start, it was actually the mountain dogs that did this. Alright. Got it. But how? Wait. No, wait. Yeah, how? How would they be able to drug him without him I mean, they don't necessarily have to drug him directly with the drug. They could just put it in food or something? I don't know. I would actually love to learn how this happened. Don't know if I ever will, but anyway. Okay, I'm sorry! I'll continue, I'm sorry. The men who instigated the fight sobered up when they saw his behavior. Then, the manager picked up a shovel that was nearby and tried to smash his opponent's head in with it. Oh, okay. He managed to avoid the hit, but if he didn't, his head would have surely been split open. The manager kept pounding on him with a shovel, even as he frantically tried to avoid the hits. But this time, the workers had realized this was beyond a simple fight, so they tried to hold the manager down. But the manager turned on them with a shovel too. One of the men tried to protect himself by crossing his arms above his head. But there was no way that could have blocked a shovel swung with such force. Blood spurted everywhere, and the man groaned in pain. By this time, the 6 men had realized the manager was not his usual self. This manager would try to bash in their brains without hesitation. Okay. I would love to have had them explain all this beforehand before I went on that crazy rant, but anyway, I digress. But still, it's not their fault, actually. Okay. Alright. At least that's been cleared. Since their opponent was using a shovel as his weapon, they had to find some kind of weapon too. One of them grabbed a huge hammer. Oh, fantastic. You mean a sledgehammer? Then the others realized that they needed to find something as well. Okay, now they're going crazy. Alright. Okay, so they weren't drugged directly. This is kind of airborne stuff. Right? Something happened. I don't know what the fuck happened. Huh. Will that ever get explained? How this group all of a sudden went enraged because of the syndrome? Huh. To restrain the manager in that condition, it was better to arm themselves. It didn't take that long to, It didn't take that long for the madness to infect the 6 workers. It was only a matter of time before they went from restraining him to lynching him. Lynching, I say! Oh my god. By the time they realized what had happened, well, the manager was already a lump of meat. Ew, delish! His face was swollen, shreds of skin had been torn off, and his muscles and skull were visible too. This fucking gusting, alright? Damn. Obviously, he was quite dead. I love that they added that. I love that. Obviously, he was quite dead. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you added that in. Oh, mwah. That's the pinnacle of everything. Okay.
俺たちは殺されかかったんだぞ。こいつが襲いかかってこなけりゃ、俺たちだって反撃しなかったんだぞ。なあ。
The leader of the 6, the one who instigated the fight, tried to bring the rest to his side, but nobody replied. And so, the leader became frustrated. He was the one who started the fight. The rest simply joined in. He was the main perpetrator. Maybe that was why he was feeling so exasperated. He sensed that he was the one at fault. Nice. I'm a limp noodle. Ho
仕方ねえだろ。やっちまったもんは仕方ねえだろ。 俺たちな、もう殺人犯なんだよ。
イエーイ！
覚悟を決めるんだよ。
まさかおめえら自首して懲役食らいてえなんて思ってんじゃねえだろうな。
Hell no, we're gonna dismember this motherfucker.
冗談じゃねえよ。無所なんかこの年で言ってられっかよ。
You sound like you're in your low 40s. You don't got much time left.
隠すんだよ。こいつの死体を隠してすっとぼけるしかねえんだ。
Some of them knew he was on probation for an assault incident once before. Oh, well, isn't that just a lovely frosting on the cake? Hell yeah. He double fucked. So if he got into trouble with the law again, the punishment would be more severe than they could imagine. That was why he was trying desperately to find a way out. If he was alone with the manager's body, then he wouldn't have behaved this way. Oh, really? All he would have to do was hide the manager's body and pretend nothing happened. But there were 6 of them, including him. They were partners in crime and witnesses too. If even one of them turned himself in out of guilt, he'd be in big trouble.
でも死体なんか隠したってバレるよ、いずれ。
I mean, duh.
それより正当防衛ってことでちゃんと主張して、その過剰防衛くらいで勘弁してもらえねえかな。
No. When it's 1v1, maybe. But when it's 6 versus 1, murder by self-defense does not hold on that. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. When it's 6v1, no. Nah. Alright?
甘ったれたこと言ってんじゃねえ。実際に殺しちまったんだぞ。
Y'all beat him to a bloody pulp.
過剰防衛で済むかよ。
A dead pulp.
もう取り返しのつかないところまでやっちまったんだぞ、バカ野郎。
でもよ、どう隠したって監督がいなくなったのは明日の朝にはバレちまうんだ。
Exactly!
どうしようもねえよ。
どうしようもねえのはオンドレの頭じゃ、ボケ。
Oh my god. He slapped the other men in the face. Okay. The leader had such an evil look in his eyes.
いいか、ボケども。
Oh, he's the leader, huh? Well, I guess he would be the leader of this gang of murderers.
俺たちはな、殺人犯なんだ、殺人犯。ぐずぐず言ってりゃ5年6年食らい込まれちまうんだよ。俺らの中に一人裏切り者がおってみろ。
Blab it!
全員が捕まっちまうんだよ。懲役をなめんな。どうせ捕まる覚悟だっちゅうんなら死ぬ気で逃げまくってやるんだ。年貢の納め時になったら好きなだけ覚悟決めりゃいいんだ。
His visage turned more and more demonic. It was the same expression the manager had just a few minutes before. Was he possessed by the same thing that possessed the manager? The 5 men started to think that way. Now that they considered it, all the villagers in the anti-dam protests had the same expression on their faces too. The real name of Hinamizawa was Onigafuchi Village. People said that wicked demons lived there, and sometimes they possessed people. The men couldn't help but to recall that exaggerated story, often told by the demonstrators. Sorry. The manager swung the shovel after his expression changed to that demonic one. there was no guarantee this man wouldn't do the same. In fact, he was still squeezing the hammer in his hand, glaring at everyone and threatening them. If someone suggested surrendering, he'd probably smash their head in with it.
そうだ。裏切り者を出さんためにな。いいこと思いついたわ。
Damn. This syndrome is taking everyone.
死体も隠しやすくなって一石二鳥だぞ。
どんな手だい？
Kill everyone! No witnesses. We're gonna cut up the body into 6 pieces.
そりゃあ。
They all wanted to object to the idea. Killing him was a serious crime itself. Dismembering the body would be too much. But if anyone objected, he'd be killed on the spot. So no one said anything. We'll all cut him up together.
この野郎が日頃言ってんだろ。共同作業だよ。
I don't think that's what the manager had in mind. But okay. Teamwork. Teamwork and cutting up a human body and hiding the body parts. Yay, teamwork. Oh, fucking Christ.
それで分けて持った証拠は各自が責任を持って隠すんだ。
Except one failed so miserably that they found the body part. Wonder who that was.
これなら全員仲良く主犯だろう。自分だけ罪が軽いから自首しようなんてずる抜けは許されってわけさ。
Oh, this guy's gone fucking insane. I love it. The 5 men were all taken in by his ghastly face, and they could even feel the fear of the Onigafuchi demons creep up their backs. Damn. They're not even gonna... Oh, wow, okay, fine! Fine! Don't give us the deets on how well it goes. I got you. Alright. Damn. Damn, son. Alright. That was, whew. That was that was a ride. Oh, it does continue. Because next up is the first sacrifice. AKA the dismemberment. Ah, alright. It's on page 1. Where... Oh, there we go. A live specimen for research is required. A tragedy at the dam construction site is required. The second sacrifice. Sorry. Alright, let's go ahead and read this. I was half asleep, so I didn't even hear the phone ringing nearby. After a while, I finally realized the phone was ringing. Ring, 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 ring. And the ringing phone means there is some kind of an emergency. It's 2 in the bloody morning. Who would even call me at this time of night?
もしもし、入江です。
お休みのところ申し訳ございませんわ、入江所長。
Can't you do your booty call some other time, damn it? It's Takano-san. She was calling for a booty call. Booty, booty, booty. What? She's never called me for a personal reason. At the Institute, she's ranked just below me, so she's basically responsible for running it. So for her to call me at this late at night, it must be an emergency. Oh yeah, it's an emergency, alright. Gotta get that booty, booty. I'm sorry.
末期患者が出たというのは本当ですか？
ええ、生きた検体が欲しいと思っていたら本当に運よく。
Wait, what? What do you mean? Okay, so this is not about the dismemberment. Because she just said live specimen. That guy was dead. Okay, so the first sacrifice. Oh. Oh! The father? Of Rika? I initially thought that she'd abducted someone. The man had already been moved to the research area in the clinic's basement. Having been tied down to the examination table, he's struggling against his restraints, but more as though he's deranged than actually resisting. I can't even understand what he's saying. He sounds angry, sorrowful, and like a child throwing a tantrum all at once. Huh. It's obvious that he's not in the right state of mind.
とにかく麻酔で眠らせましょう。このままでは自分の舌を飲み込んで窒息しかねません。
Okay, so it is a he. The only person I could think of is, yeah, Rika's father, the priest, or whatever.
もう少し状態を観察したかったのですけれど、仕方ありませんわね。
Huh. One of the staff with a white gown got the anesthesia ready. Even a normal person would struggle to escape a restraining table in this suspicious room. But this man's behavior is at an abnormal level. Huh. I'm sure Okunogi-san and his friends from the Mountain Dogs are the ones who captured him. Capturing a man in this state of mind couldn't have been an easy task. Huh. According to Takano, she ran into this patient on her way home from the clinic by accident. She brought him back here, tested him, and the result came back positive. Of course, I have no intention of just believing what she's telling me. But there is no question that this man is at the terminal stage, and a live specimen is exactly what we need to research the syndrome.
一体この男は何者です。
Thank you, IRIE. Jesus Christ, I need to know who.
あの男が持っていた新聞の包み。
Huh?
中に何が入っていたと思います？
Didn't you hear him? He said, who? That does not answer my question, bitch! God damn it!
これは何です？
Oh! Okay. The pieces are coming together. It's one of the men with the dismembered body parts. Gotcha. Okay. Jesus Christ. There's something wrapped in a bloody newspaper on the tray nearby. Looking at the blood-drenched paper, I can only imagine there is something gruesome inside of it. Yet Takano-san looked like she wanted to surprise me with something interesting.
これはひどい。
It's a bloody right arm. The man on the table still has his. This right arm doesn't belong to him. No shit. So who does it belong to? I am used to looking at things like this as a doctor, but the horrible cross-section makes me want to look away. It wasn't done according to a medically acceptable method, that's for sure. It was obviously done out of cruelty.
状況から考えて、この男が切り取ったものと考えていいでしょうね。
つまり彼は近隣で起こった何らかの事件の犯人ということですね。
So this is not same night. This is a few nights after the fact of the murder and the dismemberment. Dude, what have you been waiting for? Oh my god. Oh my god, this guy is one particular dumbass. What, did he put it in his fucking freezer until he fucking just got up the courage to finally fucking drop the body part somewhere? Stupid. You do it the night of. You don't put it in your freezer a few days and then work up the courage to finally then drop off the... Okay, you know what? At that point, there was no way of knowing who the right arm belonged to. But the next morning, the dismemberment murder of the dam construction site director was reported, and they mentioned that his right arm was still missing. So we learned who the arm belonged to. There you go. It was the same idiot! It was the same fucking idiot that was... Oh my god! That probation idiot, no! Oh my god. God damn. Oh. You hate to see it. Actually, I love to see idiots like this get what they deserve. Oh my god. Alright.
にもかかわらず、また罪を犯してしまうなんて。それで、殺人の発覚を恐れて、遺体を隠そうと思ったのでしょうね。
Oh, he was not alone, mind you.
状況にもよるでしょうが、懲役数年で済むというものではなさそうですね。
入江所長も、こんな社会のクズが相手なら、解剖に躊躇はないのでは?
Aww. Oh, that's nice. He knew IRIE wouldn't want to do the live dissection on a nice person. So she brought this scumbag over for him. Oh, that's nice. Kind of. It has its strange... I don't know how to describe this. Oh my god.
社会のクズがさらに犯罪を重ね、さらにその上、Hinamizawa症候群で凶暴化したのか。
Oh, he was. Don't worry about it.
それとも、
Remember, he was on probation.
前科を食いる善良な小市民がHinamizawa症候群で凶暴化して罪を犯したのか。どちらかはわかりません。
Oh, once a scumbag, always a scumbag. Who cares?
前者ならともかく、後者ならば、彼には何の罪もありませんよ。
Really? You're nitpicking? Really? God damn it, IRIE. This is why you're a coward. That's why Hinamizawa syndrome is so terrifying. We can't tell if the syndrome is the cause of the crime, or if it's simply a problem of the human nature. But what causes a defect of human nature in the first place? That's a good question. That's what's precisely IRIE's area of research. Hate the crime, not the criminal. Excuse the fuck out of me! Hate the crime, not the criminal. But it's the criminal that's committing the crime. So yes, hate the criminal and the crime. What? What are you on about? What the fuck? Can criminals only be corrected by punishing them with imprisonment? Gee. I don't know. Maybe that's why we have things called prisons. And that's why they are prisoners. To try and correct themselves. But if they still end up as they are previously when they end up leaving prison, then no, you can never correct them, okay? They're scumbags through and through. Some people are redeemable, sure, but some others are born the way they are born. Scumbags, lowlives, dirts, etc., etc. You can't change it. It's just the way it is. Move on. If a person commits a crime because of a mental disorder, but then gets treatment, he is corrected. As long as he continues that treatment, yes, he is corrected. But again, it's up to him to continue with the treatment, aka either with therapy or medication or such. In other words, there are no crimes in this world. Again, wrong, but okay. Only patients awaiting treatment without anyone else being able to understand them. In medieval times, patients with mental disorders were said to be possessed by demons, and they were either confined or killed. Centuries after, they were finally acknowledged as mentally ill people who needed treatment. Perception can change with time, sure. Even if they are called criminals now, maybe after several centuries, those criminals will be acknowledged as patients who were entitled to appropriate treatment. Explaining crimes through illness instead of malice. That's my life's work. Hinamizawa syndrome is a strange disease that can support my theory. Solving its mysteries is extremely important to me. To solve those mysteries, I need a medical sacrifice. It's an extremely sinful thing to do, but there's no way to unravel this without it. The IRIE Institute was authorized to take such drastic measures if necessary. That's why I was asked about it so many times when I accepted the position of director. And finally, the opportunity is here. This will be the first step of our research on this strange disease. But even now, I am a little hesitant. I've opened up human bodies in strange surgeries. Many surgeries, not strange, sorry. What I'll be doing on this man is something very similar. But there's also something that's very different. What I did before was part of treatment. I did it to save the patient's lives. I did it so the patients could have a better future. But what I'm trying to do here isn't treatment. He will die at the end of it. His death will be far from humane. I'm going to violate nature and force him to stay alive while I open up his living brain.
入江所長、聞いてらっしゃいます？
もう一度お願いします。
解剖計画書を提出し、東京に応援を要請した方が良いかと思います。何しろ、単に生きてるだけでなく、末期症状を起こしている大変貴重な検体ですもの。慎重な解剖が求められますわね。
そうですね。おっしゃる通りです。そのようにしましょう。
それまでに数日の猶予があると思います。そこで麻酔を解いていくつかの反応実験をしてみたいのですが。
危険ではありませんか？たとえ拘束を解かなくても何が起こるかわかりませんよ。
ようやく手に入った検体なんですもの。ただ脳を覗くだけじゃもったいないですわ。
Takano-san's unusual cheerfulness made me feel odd. Maybe her reaction is normal. Maybe I am the one who's not reacting normally in this situation. I'm here only for the research, so I should be excited to have the opportunity to perform our first live dissection. But I'm still hesitant. How can I call myself a researcher? Researchers of the past, were brave enough to cross the line, and that's how they accomplished many things. I've seen many brains, I've operated on them. I've lost some patients too. But I never thought any of it, because I knew I did the right thing. Even when my hard work was denied afterwards. If it pained me to think of that, then I just needed to advance the field of medicine to ensure their deaths weren't wasted. That's the true form of those advancing the fields of medicine. Yet, why was my heart tormented so much just by changing the name from treatment to dissection? Does it mean I'm not man enough to emulate those great men of the past who opened the doors to new medicine, that I don't have the power to develop new advances myself?
あら、 どうなさいましたの、所長。お休みのところを無理に起こしてしまったので、ご気分が優れませんのかしら。
Takano is pretending to be concerned about me, but she knows. She knows I'm still hesitating, and she's telling me that I should be ashamed as a researcher for feeling that way. I shook my head to clear it of sleepiness. Remember the resolve that brought me here to this day. I already have blood on my hands. But if I stop now, their lives will be wasted. Those who shed their blood can only rest in peace once they've become the cornerstones of great research. I shook my head once more and reminded myself that I'm a researcher.
いえ、考え事をしていただけです。高野さんは東京との調整をお願いいたします。日程が決まりましたら教えてください。
ええ、了解いたしましたわ。眠気も吹っ飛んでしまいますわね。
The least I can do is my best, so his life won't be wasted. If he bleeds, I can't waste even a drop of his blood. After scolding my staff for their indiscretion of discussing the dissection with such excitement, I returned to my office. Okay. What's after this one? And where are we on recording right now? Alright. I think that's actually a pretty good place to end it. Yeah. Yeah, how many did we do this episode here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 5. Huh. Alright. Well, that's 5 fragments done in this video here. I think that's a good place to end it. I am noticing that we are quite a bit short on the time. We're still about an hour and a half. Just about. Kind of wanted to push to 2 hours. But again, this is a good place to end it. 5 fragments being an hour and a half almost. That's not bad. 6 could push it to 2. Kind of. So maybe next video we'll push things up to 6 fragments per video. I'll think about it. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. This was this is pretty good. Go ahead and save before I forget. I'll save in a new place here. There we go. And yeah, that's that. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as much as I did. We learned quite a few new things. I ranted here and there. I was a little bit ahead of myself at some points of time. I won't be afraid to admit that. But what I said still resides within me there. I won't digress any further than that. Yeah. I'm rambling. Of course I am. I do this all the damn time. Alright. Well, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Because there will be more Higurashi. And there will be more Umineko as well. So look forward to those 2 series I have going on. And yeah. Until next time, please, everybody, stay sinful, folks.